So some more developments concerning the new PlayStation 4 codenamed Neo. So this is an update to the video that I posted up last night where I went over the specs and the features. So if you missed that video, go check it out. I'll link it down below. That'll catch you up to speed. This morning, however, Eurogamer put out a story claiming that the leaks that I covered last night were indeed genuine, and they say, quote, "There is no doubt this is real. This is a new, more powerful PlayStation 4. End quote. They said that they've been sitting on this story for some time, that they've got developer papers in hand, as well as multiple developers informing them that Sony has started shipping out these new dev kits already for testing. Eurogamer points out a few things that I talked about last night. One, that the CPU is just a modest jump, and that the bad news is that it's using the same cores, so they've just been overclocked. And already the PlayStation 4 is kind of bottlenecked when it comes to the CPU, so some people are worried that this new system may still be bottlenecked when it comes to the CPU, which would hurt it in terms of reaching a higher stable frames per second. The memory has almost a 25% boost, which again is just modest, but the massive boost is in the GPU. This one's major. It's doubling the original PS4. It goes from 18 to 36 in terms of compute unit count, and that is 3 times what the Xbox One can currently do. It's also clocked faster. And according to Eurogamer, it doesn't appear that Sony pulled this off the shelf and kind of, semi made it its own. It looks like this might be new tech, because they say that 36 compute unit count doesn't fit into any of AMD's existing GPUs, which suggests that Sony and AMD may be using the upcoming Polaris technology, which isn't even out yet, but you can find a lot of news and papers on that. They are expected to announce that fairly soon and go over all the specs. But this also goes along with a report from AMD the other day, where they put out a message to their investors informing them that they were expecting a big pickup, in part thanks to new consoles coming soon down the line. So again, all these stories are sort of matching up. And who knows, maybe with this newer tech, maybe with such a powerful GPU, then that CPU issue won't be nearly as bad as what it seems. As I stated last night, all games, all features are the same on both platforms. It's even going to have the same interface. Eurogamer points out that the document suggests that even if you don't have a 4K TV, you should still see improvements when it comes to higher and more stable frames per second, and also improved graphics fidelity, as well as additional graphic features. So if you're, a PC gamer, or if you've ever seen PC graphics settings, there's a million different checkboxes you can click on that turn different options on. So what you can expect is more options are going to be checked for games that run on Neo. One thing that they said that they were surprised at was the fact that there didn't appear to be any changes to the Blu-ray drive. Many were expecting that this new console may support ultra high definition 4K movies, but there's no indication that that's actually happening. But it's possible also that this could have just been omitted from the papers that they currently have in hand. Again, there's no exact launch time just yet, but with all games needing to be patched by October for Neo, it isn't crazy to assume that this would launch alongside the PlayStation VR in October, or we could be looking at an early 2017. Some people are suggesting that AMD, with this new Polaris technology, that they're going to be behind, so Sony may not be announcing a exact time frame for the developers right now, because they may not be sure also when this is actually going to launch. And so far, reports suggest that Sony has no intention of offering an official trade-in for original PlayStation 4 owners. I've also done several videos recently talking about the reports surrounding an Xbox One upgrade coming down the line. I've also mentioned how Microsoft may be looking at possibly releasing modules that you can basically plug in and get more power out of your system, or they could go the route of Sony and release a brand new system. This morning, The Verge, which has close ties to Microsoft, is reporting that the company has been testing a variety of new prototypes for Xbox One. So some of the prototypes are said to be tested with upgraded components that are similar to how people can upgrade their PC. So I do think that it's a bit disappointing that as we're moving into E3, it seems like almost all the talk is over hardware and not that much on games. But it goes back to the point that I've made before. If these consoles weren't so underpowered to begin with, then you wouldn't be having all this talk. There would be no need for an upgrade to even happen. So again, you know, as much talk that's been placed by Sony and the PR team and the fans, you know, talking about how powerful the PlayStation 4 is, the fact is it isn't that powerful, and that's why they need a new system. Stay tuned to videogamesandnews.com for the latest developments happening now. That does it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn.